Hi Divine Rebels, Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart here, and we are going to do a quick read. This is just what I felt led to do. I have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and I'll just leave it at that for now. You'll find out soon enough. I hope everyone's Gemini season is going well. The weather has been crazy. I hope everyone's safe wherever you are. There's been storms and tornadoes. And then, of course, on the other side of that coin, in the same day, gorgeous, glorious weather. It's already like summer heat over here and humidity in the Midwest. Little ants coming out. Oh, if you guys want a quick tip for if you are having like ants and spiders, get some spearmint oil, or it could even be like just strong scented spearmint. Sometimes even like the spearmint gum will work, and put that around the perimeters of your, like, wherever the issue is, and they will go away. They don't like spearmint. So I don't know if other mints are the same, but that could be a, family friendly, environmental, creature friendly way of creating boundaries. So I'm going to dig around and see if I still have some spearmint oil, because we had some little ants popping up trying to do their hard work by the window. But of course they have good symbolism for us, like you're working hard. So I'm like, okay, can you guys please go out the window and don't come in here though. And most of them did. My roommates used to think I was crazy. I would ask spiders, I'd be like, hey spider, I see you, but could you please not live here? Or if you're gonna live here, like, can you live in like one of the parts that's not like in my room under my bed, and please no biting anyone. And they would go and like live in like the random high ceiling somewhere and leave us alone. Or they would just move out if they could not abide, I guess. So anyways, let me know how you're doing with all the bugs and the animals and nature popping, and are you spending a lot of time outdoors? How has the weather been in your area? What parts of weather are you looking forward to? All that kind of stuff. I do also really want to share real quickly. I had shown this on the channel before. This is Ancient Cosmetics. When you spell cosmetics for their website, it has a Z on it. But this is where we get Baby Magic's eczema cream. She had like baby eczema, and she still gets some little patches sometimes. So this is the one we get, calendula and geranium. And geranium is so, like, both of those are such powerful, like magically they're so powerful. Like calendula is marigold, right? So you see that a lot for like ancestor altars, like very deep spiritual medicine. And then geranium is like a hex breaker. So it's a oil that's like lavender, like it can be used on children very young. Of course, check with your health providers, but like it's one that's really good to like help you wash off, like when your kids come home from school, when you do, and yet it's powerful enough to be like a hex breaker. It's so beautiful and amazing, and a lot of times I use it on the children around me, and they'll ask for it when they know that they need like an energy cleanse. They'll ask if they can take the bath with their oils. So I just love that it's in this cream for her eczema. And it's amazing. Like, it worked on deep winter skin, full blown, like the worst case of her flare up that we had ever seen. And it just keeps everything nice. It has like shea butter, so it has none of these kind of things there. No animal testing, made in the USA, and this is a Black owned company, a family, which is great. So yes, definitely support. Now I also got this. I haven't really gotten any mommy stuff lately. Of course it's BBB, so it's like baby bills and business, right? So but I got this because I was like, okay, mama's face needs some rejuvenation over here. Hibiscus, and I love it because that's like my favorite flower. It's like the most sacred. It's so powerful. Like, I can't even explain my deep reverence and appreciation and love of the medicine of hibiscus. And it also has some French clay, and it has lavender. So it's just three ingredients. They even put their little expiration date and everything. Directions. So this one is like, I think it's $10 on their site. They sold out right after I got this, and I also got a free thing with it. So it basically is like half that cost because I got a free item. This is 1 ounce, but it's just the powder. So if you think about it, it's like getting a tube, because those that are already wet muds, and this has three uses in it. So I was like, you know what, this is buying small business, Black owned, natural ingredients, beautiful. I have a little glass cute witchy jar. Like, you could spend $3 on this jar alone some places. Come on now, which you guys know witchy jars, right? And so it's just so good, and it's 3 uses. So it's like, basically, if you buy 3 of those little face masks, you know, when you're like treat yourself and you buy one of those little masks at the Rite Aid or at Walmart or something, you know, but this is like good quality. And so I was like, yes, definitely worth it. So I'm gonna use this tonight. It smells, it's very powdery. When you open it, you can't really like sniff it because it's all the powders coming up, but it smells basically like that tangy hibiscus. I didn't really smell lavender. Maybe once I get it wet, I will. So I'll let you know tomorrow on the key for the book reading, if how that went. And then also what I got for free is this turmeric Healthy Glow turmeric body scrub. So I'm so excited. They sent an email, and when I let them know that I was sharing it on my Insta and my YouTube, they were so gracious, and I really just love connecting with them. They don't always get back on Instagram. I think they're trying to, but they're just, their business is starting to really pop even more and more. So again, it has hello, I was created. So literally like the date that I'm ordering this, fresh created. They'll let you know. I think the body cream is like a year, but these ones have a little bit shorter expiration time, which is great because then you know if it's still good or not. Yeah, so this one has pure sugarcane, avocado oil, frankincense, which I wasn't expecting in that, essential oil, lemon essential oil, turmeric powder, and lucidial liquid radish root ferment. So I do want to let people know, some people don't know, the turmeric and lemon can be skin evening because it has a lightening quality. So a lot of people that have like hyperpigmentation, if for them they choose that they want to even that out, they'll use it, or for other things, if there's like scars or blemishes that people choose to even out. I do want to let you know though that lemon will keep lightening, so you don't ever want to use lemon oil first of all directly on your skin. It can be a little bit acidic, so you have to be careful. You want to dilute it, but also if you go out into the sun, it will keep lightening. Like, remember, like, I don't know, back in the day, like in the 90s, people would do that for those streaks in their hair. They would put lemon and then they go out in the sun. So just keep that in mind, because you don't want to have, make sure you really don't go too much into the lightning, or you like forget some patches on your skin and then you go out in the sun after you just did some kind of lemon face wash or scrub or something, you could get some patches and things. So anyways, I was like, I better tell, some people don't know that are just getting into oils and things. So I'm excited to try these. I will let you know. This one is in glass. The other two kind of have thick plastic. I think in the picture this one had been a glass, but maybe it just looked like it. Yeah, so I'll put their links down below. I'll put the links for the decks down below. Let me know any other Black and Indigenous businesses that you're supporting. That's very important to me. And from now on, all of our lives, I will be taking 10% of them and donating towards a cause. And the cause right now, I shared it on my what is it? I keep wanting to call it my Snapchat. I ain't got a Snapchat. My stories on Insta. They have different like groceries that they're trying to get like in the hood and different places. There's 2 different ones of them that I want to support. One of them we already supported, and the other one is going to have supermarkets across, that are, in Black communities, because that's a big problem, right? Food scarcity, and literally everyone having bad health, and not only having health care, but not having healthy food options at all in predominant Black areas and stuff. So those are things that I'm passionate about. I have some other causes, of course, definitely causes for the water and different things. So as we go through, I'll let you guys know in our lives, but I will be taking a portion from what I make from the lives and donating that to these causes. So that's just something that I wanted to bring more of, more community aspect to the channel. And so yeah, I'll put links down below to those causes. Please go and support them if you can, and if you think you can't, think again, because sometimes we can just make sacrifices and do it, and it feels really good and amazing to be able to invest in our communities and to change the storyline and the that to actually do something, right? To do actions. So they're action steps. So I'll link those down below so we can see some amazing, thriving, good health for our communities that have not had those options. Okay. Yeah, so thank you for listening to my talk and catching up right here. I hope you're doing well. Now, this reading is for whatever you want it to be for. So this is just kind of like advice, answers on your situation. So we'll see. The ancestors okayed it and we're like, yes, go ahead. They've been really holding off some readings and like, nope, pull that back for a minute. So we got a lot of good juice coming when we get the green light. So this one will be one oracle and one tarot. We're using the Dark Goddess Tarot and the Cosmic Energy Oracle, link down below. And yeah, so 1, we have Aquamarine. 2, we have Blue Lace Agate. 3, we have Labradorite, and it does have that flash. Let's see. Ooh. 4, we have Lithium Quartz here. All right, so go ahead and choose. You probably have already connected to one during all the chit chat, and I will see you on your timestamp. Unless you watch all of them, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, let me move these off to the side here for a moment. I should start with pile 4. I always do that, and then I have to rearrange them. Anyways, who else talks to themselves a lot? I talk to myself a lot. All right. For those of you who chose number 1, let's see. For your situation, we have patience, tapping into patience, and we have liberation with Persephone coming through here, which is the Judgment card, a card of Pluto and Scorpio. All right, for some of you, this is a career-related question. We have Pluto conjunct Saturn in Capricorn right now. For some of you, it could have to do with banks, institutions, school, just kind of getting out into greater freedom from things that have been really holding you back, things that have been misunderstood about you by others, and just those frustrations and feeling like you can't breathe and waiting to come and like renew. You're like, okay, it's been the new year, where's my new start? It's been spring, where's my new start? So waiting for the time that you can really finally spring forth and show like all of your goods to others, or show your talents, your skills. Some of you, I'm getting the feeling, are like chomping at the bit. You're still in college and you're like, okay, when can I get done with all of this, like, just kind of suffocating schedule and tests and being tried. It's like I feel like with this group, a lot of you are feeling like you're being put through the fire, like tested and tried. Like, can I just live? When's the free part? Like, when can I go out and begin my life how I want it, on my terms, where I just feel like I'm empowered and I can create and I have more of a say-so in my life and in this situation. And so it's saying patience. You're a lot closer than you think, very much. And there's definitely forces that are aiding you, because in this case with Persephone, her mother Demeter was working on her behalf, and they ended up, having negotiations so that she could go between both worlds, which a lot of the gods, they can't. You can't go between, Hades and being on the other realms and be like this, she's like this goddess of death and all these deep things, but then she's like the goddess of spring and flowers, right? So she's in on the whole cycle. And so some of these things that you've been frustrated with, sometimes I think some of you are learning the cycles. It's like your ancestors, your guiding spirits wanted you to know top to bottom how to handle something. I'm getting people that are like buying houses, or you're trying to do your business. They're like, no, we want you to know how to do your taxes on this. We want you to know how to do your copyrights, how to have your trademarks. We wanted you to know every single aspect so that you are empowered. Nobody's, taking you for a loop, right? No funny dollars, no funny quarters or whatever for you. We really wanted you to learn all those lessons so that when you get to that point, you truly feel free, Some of you have had a lot of switching back and forth when it comes to courts, maybe court dates, litigation, a lot of decisions needing to be made, going back and forth, and it's just frustrating and you don't understand why that's happening. So a good example I can get is I always talk about how my ancestors bless me through credits. Like, like anytime I go somewhere, my ancestors will be like, they're bound to like let something weird and wonky happen in the situation, and then customer service comes to get involved, and then they're like, oh, we're just just going to give this to you for free, or here, well, thank you so much, can we just give you like, you know, we'll give you a discount on this and give you 3 more gift cards. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm cool. Like, I don't even have to make a big stink or anything. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, like this isn't what the order was supposed to be, and then boom, they're like, oh, we're so sorry, here's, you know, 3 gift cards. And so I feel like for you guys, there's a method to the madness of what's been going on, and you're going to be able to call the shots a lot more now. You might have been tangled up in other people's kind of karma or situations. Some of you have been having to kind of get the consequences of your actions, you know? So it's like you didn't study, you didn't stay on top of things, and now you're like under that pressure, like dun, 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 right? Like you're having that pressure. Some of you didn't listen when the ancestors, the guides, the spirits were like, don't date that person, don't do it. Your family was telling you, your friends were telling you, you did it, and now you've had to go through it, right? So I'm seeing custody battles. Some of you, it's like, you know, give me my CDs back, get out the house, I don't want to share with you, we ain't together anymore, you know, all different degrees of things. So it's like, okay, finish up learning those lessons, kind of don't fight that process, fight through that process, you know, fight against, like, this is your soul's growth. Whenever we have the Judgment card, whenever we have this Plutonian energy, Pluto in our natal charts, you might really want to study that. Pluto is where we transform, what makes us transform. So really look at the sign that your Pluto falls in, which is generational, but then for your personal aspect even more, look at what house it falls into and any planets that it makes connections with, and that will let you know where are your kind of triggers of transformation. Where does your soul try to let go of karma and bad cycles and level up, right? So if you have Pluto in Libra generation, you're really going to do that through relationships a lot, and so you might have themes within your close partnerships and relationships that always trigger you to grow, that kind of shoot you out and forward and push you to go further and kind of learn lessons, right? So this is saying, be patient with yourself. You very much, look at this, is so beautiful. It's almost like the seeds of the pomegranate that, you know, she didn't eat, they're planting and then sprouting up. So a lot of you are definitely very much in you reap what you sow kind of cycles. I think a lot of you have very good things coming, and I do see you freeing up, getting freed up to be able to make better decisions and to be more in power and in control. That's the other side of the Judgment card, is once we learn all the rules of things, once we learn our own empowerment, we no longer have to be subject to other people's judgments and rulings. We decide and we make judgment calls for our life. But if you don't make that stand and claim the power and control in your life and make good judgment calls for yourself and stand in that power, which that's a lot, right? We're taught, we're very programmed that it's bad to make judgment calls and don't trust your judgment, right? So if you don't do that, then those kind of chaotic universal, it seems chaotic because it might not be meant for your life. Whoever has the stronger willpower and energy, you're just going to be smacked around in their energy, right? Like a Pisces. When Pisces doesn't have a very strong gut or decision about things, can be kind of smacked to and fro by everybody else's intentions and mindsets and willpower, right? So that is your thing right now. If you have a strong will, see that direction of energy, directing your energy forward. If you know that you are planting, you know, really pay attention that you're planting the seeds for what you need, and have the strength and the tenacity to walk in, force yourself into those new realms, new levels. Stay with it. If you are going after a loan, if you are going after, you know, some of you are trying like, no, I want this new apartment, I want this new house, I believe in it, I know this is right for me. You can absolutely manifest it. Be patient and stay in that energy. Stay in that energy. Like, no, I judge myself worthy of this and I'm going to stick with it, okay? So you do have judgment on your side as long as you keep going in a good way and as long as you don't give up on yourself. All right, number ones, let me know down below how that resonated. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll talk to you soon. For number twos, we have, let's see, we have the Empress reversed. I love this here with the Black Madonna, Izili Danto, and we have mirrored souls. Oh, how beautiful is that? number 21, which is also a 3, and this is a 3. So you're on both sides of the vibration of number 3, and you might be trying to find a balance between yourself and others. You're really wanting to join in and have like closeness and beauty and, you know, togetherness, but it might be hard sometimes for you to kind of submit to what it takes to join in with another's energy. It might be hard for you at this time to find someone who is symbiotic with you. Symbiotic, is that the word I'm looking for? Who has a similar energy for you. Now some of you, I will side note, some people are getting ready to drop a baby. You're getting ready to or catch a baby. Some of you are getting ready to experience a birth very, very soon. Usually once the Empress reverses, or like if you see the Fool reverse with the Empress, that child's about ready to come out, and this one certainly is. So we bless you. We bless your child coming into this world. And some of you, that could be it. You might be worried that you don't have people around you who see your life the same way, who will support you in a good way to bless whatever you are currently birthing from your spirit energy, whatever you are bringing into your life. Some of you are like, man, I want to have a glow up, but nobody is there to cheer me on. I don't have my 6 of Wands. Like, you know, I just have people who are hating, or I'm very isolated at this time. I don't have family support. So you're feeling a little bit, you know, wanting love, but not knowing how to fill in that other energy. So the important message for you is don't forget to have your full strength. We want this, I'm going to help you here. Let's write this, right? Don't forget to have your full strength, whether or not others are visibly supporting you. Now with the mirrored souls here, there absolutely are people that are coming in that are around you, who bless you and who think well of you, and you might not have a clue about that. It might be somebody who just, they know you from a website and your guys' screen names or something, but they bless you, they send good energy to you. You are seen, you are supported energetically, even though it might seem so hard for you to kind of, I feel like some of you might have difficulty, kind of like this, like I talked about this self-care kind of stuff, and maybe that's why on this video, some of you are having a hard time with that, like taking care of yourself, loving on yourself, doing your art, nurturing yourself. Some of you, it's because you have children or other dependents, or maybe you take care of your mother, that you're not focused on your own nurturing at this time, right? Some of you are just so busy focusing on manifesting a partner that you give them all of that energy already, and you're not saving any for yourself. So this is about, you know, souls who are meant to be together will naturally mirror each other. They'll naturally come together. So don't worry that it won't come together. It's more about making yourself ready so that when they do come together, you don't push away, okay? The coming together is always going to happen. And I think this is where people get a little confused with manifesting, and even like readers, kind of the way the information's given sometimes. The coming together is always going to happen. What matters is once those two magnets hit, are they going to repulse or not? Are you in the right vibration to maintain a love of self so that you can accept and maintain a love of other, right? And that's what's important. For anybody who's been having parental problems or children problems, that's going to come back in sync. You know, their hearts here are aligning. There's a reason that those relationships were there. Whether if that person, maybe you have a very toxic parent, you will be able to heal that wound. And somebody just needs to hear that and know that you will be able to heal it, and reclaim those parts of yourself. For those of you who you guys are closer and it's just been like some disagreements, it's just been a little bit too much lately, it's gonna be okay. All right, if you guys are healthy, you know, healthy parent and child, for the most part, you've just been having these ins and outs and not knowing how to quite grow together, it's going to come around. And if you've been having a child, look at this fiery red hair, who's been passionate lately, you know, maybe they could be breaking stuff, because the root chakra is in the crown chakra here for this child. You know, there's this green energy, there's still heart center, there's still love. So some of you just need to hear that yes, you are a good parent. For some of you, I'm even getting it could be with a animal. Maybe you're training a puppy or a stubborn donkey or something, and you're just like, man, like I'm just getting discouraged, I'm starting to feel frustrated. So the key to your relationships and your success now is to make sure you are fully taken care of, so that you feel good enough to fully connect with another person. All right. And so that you're giving good energy when you connect with others and not being tapped out yourself. Because the Empress reverse, man, she feels dry. She feels dehydrated. She wakes up feel with bad, when you have the bad taste in your mouth. She feels like it's her worst hair day ever. She got cramps. She just, her neck slept wrong, like she's mad, she's watching TV. She's mad at all these other divas. It should have been her, she's cranky and stomping things. Like, it's all the worst qualities of the Empress, right? Instead of on the other side, when we're thriving in our bodies, we feel like today is our best day. We feel good about ourselves. We're talking well to ourselves. We're getting our, our hygiene and feeling relaxed and rejuvenated and hydrated. So get back to that point. It's a lot of very physical, practical answers. Yes, I feel like some people are asking, should they maybe indulge on a certain product or a certain, trip for yourself, or maybe some body care or something like that. It's like, yes, but only when you are doing it for the right reasons and in the right mindset. If you're doing it because you are in that, it's weird. We can have like let's say this face mask, right? If you're in that place where you're like, well, I'm just gonna, I feel like crap, so I'm just gonna spend all my money up and be willy-nilly with my finances, then the answer is no. But if you're like, you know what? All right, I got myself back on track. I do love and care for myself. And even though things are tight, I deserve to be able to take care of my skincare. Well, now the answer is yes. And sometimes just our motive and how we're feeling about ourselves can make all the difference. And you really have that energy right now that when the Empress ain't happy, nobody's happy. So remember that others are mirroring your energy right now. When you step into that command of, just living your best life and feeling good and knowing that, abundance and gifts and plenty and luxuries, that you do have a right, that you are appreciated. The Empress first knows that they are universally and spiritually blessed and acknowledged, right? It's like the star of Venus. Once you have that energy, you'll carry that with you, and you'll naturally get that respect from others, right? It's like if you've ever done like attraction spells on yourself or something, or like beautifying spells, right? Or just any kind of blessing spells, you'll feel that energy change around you, right? Or if you just focus on meditating that in yourself, it is kind of the same thing, right? Let's be honest. Different but the same. Yes, so you guys are absolutely able to attract good, healthy, beautiful relationships, but it's like your mirrors. So make sure you're attracting the aspect of yourselves that you really want to attract, and not kind of the bad habits that have been playing over and over, okay? Because those aren't ourselves. As soon as we decide that those aspects aren't ourselves, we can release them, right? Just like a bad mood. And that's important to remember. We're not our bad days. We're not our little tantrums that we've thrown, unless we decide not to do anything about it and to stay continuously in that position. Otherwise, man, we on that Empress game. Hey! So I hope that helped you. Yes, let me know down below, and all the best to you. All right, for those of you who chose number 3, we got this delicious slice over here with the Labradorite. I just want to see the shine. I'm going to turn it like that. All right, so what do we got? We have the Witch of Earth, which is Inanna. Yes. And then we got Celebration. Yes. This card, it kind of makes sense with the other. I just want to see it shine, but shine bright like a Labradorite. Okay, so this card here, the Witch of Earth, these cards don't exactly sync up to like the court cards of regular tarot, but the Witch would kind of be like the I think the Witch would be like the Queen of Pentacles, where it kind of falls, but it's not exact. It's just kind of a different system. But I love this. This has definitely part of what number 2 needed to capture, that earthy, luxurious, know that you'll be blessed and others want to work with you. That's the energy that you're in. You have celebration. I'm feeling this energy of the Star card. We have the seeds coming to fruition here. So it's almost like 1 and 2 put together, but thriving, and you guys are in the place to receive it. So absolutely, if you've been waiting for finances to come through, if you've been waiting for people to, make a positive positive decision to work with you, if you're wondering how people are going to receive your new business ideas, if you're wondering how your body is going to handle a certain situation, whether it's birth or a dance party, or like I'm seeing some people just celebrating happy birthday. There might be some Geminis in this one. Yeah, it's looking good. I'm also seeing some anniversaries. Congratulations, happy anniversary. So this just feels and looks good. You have enough, you have investment. I feel like this connection with this person is very beautiful for those of you who are looking to get more serious on a deeper level. I think things that have been a problem can be worked through, or you are very close on a path to having a very solid partner. Now this is earth energy, so for most of you this is going to be a person who you're already like in a relationship with, or on like talking to, like in a physical way, and going down the path of relationships. I do see a few people getting engaged, so you will know in your relationship if you are close to that point. Now this is very beautiful energy. I'm seeing a lot of twilight energy, up at night, very creative, productive time, resting well, nest eggs, a good time for you to do some savings, but also a good time to go ahead and, splurge and take care of yourself. So, yeah, I don't know. This feels very good all around. It's a very fortuitous reading. So whatever you are concerned about, I see health and finances and relationships all looking very good. And, I think what you are manifesting is blossoming so beautifully. I think that what you are, like your growth has been so beautiful. Some of you are deciding if it's time to go ahead and conceive, whether you have frozen those eggs or whether you've been waiting for a divine partner to join in and create a family. I'm getting like this choked up, but this is like this cosmic, seeding of that. So yes, it looks beautiful. I'm seeing some people who are two-spirit, or somewhere along the gender spectrum, completely just it could be coming out, but it's more a celebration and feeling that alignment that you've been waiting for with self. And it's so beautiful, like it's glorious. This is just energy that others around you can't help not to be captivated and happy for you, and just like, just feel blessed. Like, you ever just like see somebody and they're just glowing, or you ever have those moments yourself where you're just shining and you just connect with people, and it can be the most mundane day, but it feels so beautiful because you know that you're connected with your higher self, in your true self, and it just touches all the small transactions that are around you. And that's really the energy that I'm seeing here. And like I said, it's kind of like what 1 and 2 are working towards, manifested here for those of you who chose number 3. So, and we got Witch of Earth, so go ahead and use your witching magic if you have to get things right. See how she's very protected, and with this yellow-green energy, her solar plexus and her heart energy together, she definitely knows her self-worth. And Inanna is definitely very sensual and sexual, right? Because when she went down to the underworld, everyone stopped procreating and having their sexy time until she came back out. And so this is just beautiful. I think a lot of you are going to really flower in your Kundalini energy and your sexual energy. If you've had any traumas or bad experiences with that, I'm seeing a much safer partner and safer times for yourself, pleasurement, and that really opening, sacral chakras really opening and connecting beautifully with your solar plexus and heart chakras. So yeah, and then just having blessings from the universe. So I love this energy, and I just, you're very blessed. Whatever your situation is, you have a guiding light, and you definitely have the tools and grace and, just everything that you need to call out the result that you need in your situation. Okay. Yes, honey, you even have this little universal. They say that Labradorite is the aurora borealis caught in the ice, right? So yes, snaps for you guys. For number 4, we have the lithium quartz here. It's like the lithium quartz. Well, it is, because this is like full of lithium, so it is the lithium quartz. All right, we'll put respect on it. Let's see what cards that you got. We have 27 reversed, which is self-worth reversed, and we have the 8 of fire, which is red dakini. So Okay, for you guys, you have to really be careful what words you're putting out at this time. It could be rapid fire, like a lot of your words might not be matching the image that you want to put out. It might not be matching the respect and the love that you're seeking. A lot of you could be, it's almost like tantrums, sometimes with children, you're like, okay, if you just stop throwing the tantrum, you could have like the hug or the playtime or whatever you want. But if you're like throwing a tantrum and kicking and punching and they're like so super strong, like we can't do that. Like it literally cannot happen until you stop throwing out all this energy so that I can hug you. And that's kind of the energy for a lot of you. It might be a person you're dealing with, but this person in this situation is not having a lot of self-worth and is doing a lot of craziness as a result of that. Now, in a way, it's kind of hard because like some of the things they say is kind of like outrageous and angry and like all over the place. They don't even filter things in their mind. They just say them, reactionary. And yet some of the things that they say are true and they're trying to put boundaries. It really reminds me of like an Aries. So Aries, like they're smart. They know their own boundaries, and some of the stuff they say is totally legit. Like, sometimes they're like, well, it's not my fault. That's your responsibility. Like, that's your emotion and I shouldn't feel guilty about it. And sometimes they're damn straight right. Like they're right in calling people out for emotionally guilt tripping or whatever, because Aries really knows their own personal boundaries as far as like they teach us that. They're one of the signs that remind us to have boundaries. But if Aries has also been on bullshit while they're telling us this and not, working with us on the relationship, we could overlook some of those truths that they're saying. So I feel like right now for you, speaking forward, it can be difficult for people to hear your truth because other times you're just kind of throwing things out of left field when you're angry, or you might be on attack to them. And I'm feeling like this is like close partnerships for a lot of you. And you guys might be, just going at war on social media, and then the next second you're making up. And so there's like kind of this negative cycle because of this lack of self-worth. And you might be kind of hiding behind all of these emotions and vulnerability while at the same time kind of beating like bam, bam, right? Beating the other person over the head with this club. So there's the need to regulate yourself and find out the truth of like your feelings for yourself and your anger. Why is this coming out? Why is, all of this affecting you in this way? Why are you being so reactionary to certain things? That doesn't mean that the other person is right or that the situation isn't crazy or worrisome. That's not what it means. But it's putting the focus on your self-worth. So at some level, how did you get back into this situation? What are the repetitious patterns that are going on? Even if you're like, well, I have this issue with my landlord and they're being awful to me. Okay, what is the cycle that's there? Has there been a lack of you speaking up, on certain things, and then you get, with negative landlords and you don't have confidence to apply at more expensive places, or like more, not expensive, but, like decent places. And then you end up in a situation where you finally have to explode and go off, just for an example. Or do you keep, I think a lot of you, I'm definitely seeing round and round with the same person, round and round and round, and then wanting to be mad. Listen to a no. I'm still going to do that a video based on that song, but Mariah Carey, a no, the version that has Shawnee on it, and she talks about how I'm mad at you, but I'm the one choosing. Like, I'm the one choosing to be with you, right? And to give you all this energy, all this kind of universal love that really, at the end of the day, only God's supposed to feel, right? And so whatever your term of God or universe, I see that a lot in the spiritual community. We have this, we're trying to make everyone responsible for like our crown chakra energy and our whole solar plexus energy. Like, we don't have an identity until they come, but then we're frustrated with them. Some of you don't even know these other partners or people, but it's like you're already kind of sending out curses and angry at your soulmate who isn't here, angry at this person because they should be your soulmate. You think that they're your twin flame, but you're not sure. Angry at, it's like you're putting out a lot of unusable anger. I'm totally like, I respect anger. Anger can be such a good tool. It can be something that is really used on the fierce side of love, like with Sekhmet or, Isis, or, the fierce energy of the mother, or anybody. So I'm not someone who demonizes anger. However, is it useful anger or is it destructive, right? Certain types of fire are not the type we want to have in our home. Certain types are. So right now, really look at how the words you're putting out, the stuff you're feeding into yourself with social media, how you're addressing people and situations. I'm feeling like there's procrastination, and then boom, 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 you do a lot, and then there's procrastination, and it's because of these cycles of fear and these cycles of not having enough self-worth. If you can get that in line with your boundaries, then that's powerful. Then that's very powerful, right? But if there is the, an instability of self, then you're going to be in that cycle where others take your power, then you're mad and you lash out, and then your power is taken again, and back and forth and back and forth. So you definitely are deserving of respect, as everybody is. The other person is also deserving of respect as a human being. But, what are the truths of the situation? So if you can get into that balanced place, then you can clearly separate the truths from like kind of the feelings, the history of patterns, feeling triggered, and actually address the truths of the situation, okay? Because your voice is important, and there are things to talk about, and see, the mouth is closed there, but the crown chakra is consumed with the color of the throat chakra. It's too much thinking going on, and too much being stuck in your head without feeling that you have the empowerment to be heard, right? Without lashing out. So just kind of working on that energy so that you can, work on that positive self-talk to yourself, really addressing your own boundaries and what you are deserving of, and then go ahead and move forward. And after that, if you're like, no, in this situation, this person still deserves some fire, all right, well then give them that fire, but it's not going to have that emotionality, that I need, like angry crying. It's going to be more like, look, this is business, boom, right? And so that's kind of the energy here. So that is your reading. I hope this helped in some way. They still turned out a little long. They were the little quick reads. But yes, go ahead and comment down below how you feel. Check out these products, or support some other small business, and buy Black and Indigenous, and support all the communities that haven't had the advantages to, be strong and healthy, because that's good medicine. That's beautiful energy to do. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.